right, up next is Aurora, Forgotten Love. And I'll pull up the lyrics on Genius. I like the art for this. I like the photo for this one too. So many options.
Can you tell if I'm cold? If I'm out of daydreams? If I lose what is lost? Will a new love wake me? I am touched by wonder when I'm blind in the dark. But you drown me in daylight and swim with me, darling. I prefer the sound of you when you are away. If I am left with a rose in my hand, let it die. It's the beauty of forgotten love, and I don't care if you don't understand why I cry. It's the beauty of forgotten love. I forget how emotions dance when they aren't inside of me. I forget how the sun feels when
The way she hits these notes are always crazy.
around me. And my dreams become sweeter when something is missing. I'm in love with the haunted self. It makes me feel alive, alive. If I am left with a rose in my hand, let it die. It's the beauty of forgotten love, and I don't care if you don't understand why I cry. It's the beauty of forgotten love.
What language is this? It's not English. That chorus is so catchy. What a complete turnaround from the Conflict of the Mind, the last one that I listened to. This one feels a lot more happy. It actually feels kind of opposite of that. Because, like, from what I understand, this is like that kind of pure bliss or like joyful feeling you get after you finally get over this ex or yeah, just ex significant other, which is just that's such a fun feeling. I feel like this song is really grasping that really well, because the instrumental and like lyrics as a whole, it feels very eclectic, but at the same time like put together really well. So it's not like, man, how do I even describe that? Because again, it's got that eclectic feeling, yet everything feels like it's right where it needs to be. So like it's put together really well, which is kind of just two very opposite things. But yeah, it's very, very catchy in the chorus. I don't know what's going on in the post-chorus. Oh, it literally says in imaginary language. That must be, somebody mentioned that in a comment. They're like, have you heard of Aurora's like so-and-so? That's probably what they were talking about. Yeah, overall, that was a very, very catchy song. I think the only part that I wasn't a huge fan of was the pre-chorus, which only happened once. It just felt like it was, I don't know, just a little less energy. It to me, it felt exactly how the verses felt in the Conflict of the Mind, where it was just like that valley that makes the chorus that much better, because that chorus was like so explosive. And the verses sound really good too. The verses are almost like choruses in themselves, which is a great sign, because that means they just sound really catchy, because usually the chorus is the best part of the song, in my opinion. And I think when the verse can kind of match up with the chorus, that's a really good thing. So yeah, overall, great song. I think I like this one more than the Conflict of the Mind, but I think I'll have to give it a while to find out. I love her voice. Her voice is really good. Some of the lines in this one, especially in the chorus, again, the way that she hits those notes are so good. It scratches an itch in my brain that just feels perfect. And like, I think that helps with like making me want to kind of sing along with it. It's just that when something sounds that good, I'm more inclined to want to sing it myself, even if I can't do it nearly as good. Oh damn, her voice is so good. She's definitely, I feel like she's one of the better singers that have been on the channel. I've had a lot of really good singers, but she's got to be up there. That was her made-up language, which was meant to be interpreted by the heart and not the mind. I think that would have been made up, or for me, it would have made more sense if there was less going on. The way that it was mixed in, the instrumental was so much louder. It more or less just felt like I just wasn't understanding the lyrics. So I was just trying to focus on understanding them. But as I was like looking at them on Spotify, I'm like, I don't know, I was just kind of left confused. But now I feel like if I were to listen to it a second time, I think I would definitely, now that I know that, I think I'd interpret it more like that. But also, I guess since you couldn't really hear it well, I also see why like your mind would just start kind of interpreting it how it wants to. Mine though, I was just like confused on it. It's a song to dance while crying. Yes. Although, yeah, never mind. I was gonna give a counterpoint, but I think you're just on the mark with that. The bridge felt a bit awkward, but that's just me being nitpicky. You know, I kind of see what you mean. I liked it, but at the same time, I kind of see like how it's slightly out of place. But I think that's where the eclectic sound kind of comes in. Because the bridge, I think, it's in between how I feel about the pre-chorus and like the rest of the song, where it's not quite on the level of the chorus and some of the verses, but it's still better than the pre-chorus. Or maybe it was the pre-chorus, I'm not sure. You might have been thinking of the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus to me was, I don't know, again, it felt just kind of off. I'm mostly drawn by her voice. I kind of forget about the song itself. I kind of have to find a fine balance between paying attention to the lyrics, her voice, and just the song as a whole. Sometimes I get lost in one side or the other. But since I'm kind of on the spot, I try to focus as much on each individual part as I can. So I totally get what you mean. Plus, I think her voice is the highlight anyways. Yeah, the Spotify Apple Music versions are mixed better. That makes sense. That's how the Sleep Token song was, the Euclid. Euclid was mixed and mastered very poorly in that YouTube video I watched. And then I've been listening to it nonstop on Spotify, and it sounds so much better.